back to Parsha Ponderings. I'm Rabbi Elizabeth Bonnie Cohen, and I'm pleased to be here with my colleagues.
Hey, great to be with you.
Hi, Rabbi Hamilton. Hi, Talia. I'm so struck this week in Parshat Mishpatim, where we get, I think it's something like 50, 53, maybe Mitzvot, commandments that are given over. And I'm curious what your orientation to Mitzvot are in general. Why do we get them so concentrated? How do we experience them as newly freed people? What relationship should we have to the sense of obligation or commandedness?
I think that fundamentally this notion of freedom depends on responsibilities and commitments to something beyond our own sort of taking care of ourselves. Fundamentally, the constraints that mitzvot represent actually make us free. And that's a fundamental Jewish notion. And I think the Torah wants to set it out as not just a transition of freedom from slavery to freedom for the law, but then to get really granular and concrete in Parshat Mishpatim.
I think that the moment after Har Sinai, after we received the Torah, or maybe while we were receiving the Torah, on Har Sinai, which sometimes gets depicted as this marriage moment of the people and God, where it's sort of like vows. This is what we're committing to each other, but I think it's better than that, actually. I think
certainly being an expression of sense of connection to that which is beyond ourselves. A fundamental difference between American consciousness and Jewish consciousness is that American consciousness is very rights oriented. My right to free speech, my right to vote, my right to bear arms. It's all about me, and what I'm entitled to. And Jewish consciousness is a sense of obligation and responsibility, really is a language of other orientedness, which I think is, to Talia, your point, this sense of mitzvot as an expression of care, an expression of acknowledgement, even that there are those beyond ourselves in need of something that I can contribute to them.
Poorest person in any society is obligated, not only has the right to receive to sustain that person, as well as in terms of food and shelter and clothing and basic sort of Maslowian needs, but also that person is obligated to, according to Jewish law, to give tzedakah to somebody who's richer. And that at its core is this distinction, Rabbi Bonnie Cohen, that you were making between a rights-based and a responsibilities-based society. Judaism has a bill not of rights, but a bill of responsibilities. And the idea, by definition, if this is the poorest person in the society, everyone has more. Their dignity is derived not from receiving, but from being able to provide. And by definition, they're providing for somebody who has more.
And how empowering to not only be the recipient, but also to see oneself as in a power and as in a position to be able to give. So I'll just hope that this week brings for all of us a sense of connection to mitzvot as an invitation to give over care, care to God, care to one another. And we'll wish everyone a Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat.
Shabbat Shalom.
Bye-bye.